And welcome back, everybody, to the final round of the Glass Blown Open MP40 division, brought to you by Dynamic Discs. Today we travel to Jones East Park. It is a par 59, 7,531 feet. One of my favorites in Emporia. And Emporia has had an explosion of courses. Highly recommend traveling to Emporia thanks to Dynamic Discs being in town. Excellent destination for some disc golf. Daniel Stacey joins us in the lead card. He bumps Donald Ellsworth. Daniel shot a 1030 rated round of 50. A little trivia for you. Daniel Stacey won the second Glass Blown Open. This was in 2004, beating Ron Converse by 9 throws. Ron Converse was the returning champion. Hole 1, par 3, 350 feet. OB long. It has a Mando on the right side, preventing big, huge hyzer shots over the little building. And you have out of bounds strung on the left side. You see the flags right there. A well-executed forehand seems to bring the best results. It's not very easy. Not very easy to hit that gap right off the tee. Especially with so much OB trouble, it really makes it just a little bit tougher. Excellent starting hole. From Boulder, Colorado, we have Joe Rovere. And he leads the field. He is at 20 under par. Unfortunately, hits that tree, but he's in play. He's not out of bounds. Dixon Jowers, Emporia, Kansas. 17 under par to start this final round. He's got it going on the right side, and it is turning. David Feldberg tied with Dixon Jowers at 17 under par, traveling from Eatonton, Georgia. Going with the roller. Seen this option. It's risky, but it's working well for him. It's curling around. Not as far right as he wanted, but it's in play and safe. Now Danny is 13 under par. He is tied with Donald Ellsworth, but having shot the better round, the previous round, he gets honors on the lead card. And this one's cutting out, but is not in danger. He is safe. Now this is a fast green. It slopes away. As soon as you get past that basket, it goes downhill. So it's touchy. Your distance on your approach has to be spot on. Joe gets a nice approach. Looks to be about pin high. Dixon's shot, his drive that turned over, cut rolled out to the center of the fairway. Dixon gives it a half go right there. And now for David's birdie attempt. Oh, that was just a smart layup. Now Danny to save par. And that's a good putt by Dixon. You always like to have that first putt of the round just hit center just like you wanted it to. Gives you good confidence. For the rest of the round. Easy par for Joe. And David taps out. Unfortunately for Danny, he starts out with a bogey. Daniel drops to 12 under par. Everything else remains unchanged. We go to hole 2. The road really doesn't come into play. But you hyzer, if you're right-handed, you hyzer over that bush. You're going to go straight over that tree. No out of bounds really at all. It's a pretty wide open shot. It's a little deceiving. It crests and it goes downhill a little bit. So the distance control is really the biggest factor. It's easy to be short or long on this hole. But if you're making a list, this is one you would chalk down to you got to get a birdie on. Nice tall hyzer by Joe. And that looks really good. And that is the line of choice, almost replicating exactly what Joe did. This hole used to be a little bit tougher. There was another bush before that tree on the right that kind of got in your head a little bit more. And Dave's goes wide left. Daniel joins Dixon and Joe right by the basket. These are 3 quick birdies. We are waiting on David. And now from just inside circle's edge. In it goes. That is the star frame on hole number 2.
The Dynamic Disc Recruit is a tournament quality basket at a practice level price. The Recruit is the ultimate basket for backyard practice or temporary courses. Get ready for tournaments. Get better. Get the Recruit.
Good job by everybody on hole 2. Getting that star frame. Hole 3, 525 feet, par 4. It is the first par 4 of 5 that we will see on the front 9 out here at Jones East. This one requires a massive pull to get yourself a chance for the eagle. It is tucked in behind the trees. You can't really see it off of the tee. Joe leads this off. He's looking around the left side of that tree. Looking at an Anheuser Flex. He's got nice height. Look at it slide from left to right. Flex. Oh, beauty. Gets to skip forward, too. Outstanding shot. Dixon is going on the right side. And that is early and low. He has a long way to go on this hole. Dave going for the Anheuser flex as well. This one's not as high as Joe's shot, but he has put it in play very well. Now Daniel will follow suit. Great height, but it is continuing to turn. That's a flippy disc. It never came out of it, never flexed out. Now we see the difficulty of landing short. You have so many trees to deal with, and unfortunately, Dixon hits one of the very first ones. Daniels came down early, but he's got a nice look up there and does a great job getting up for his birdie. And this has been a series of unfortunate events for Dixon. He has hit 3 trees on this hole. Beauty of an upshot for Dave. And then we go to Joe's massive drive. He is past pin high, laying up, getting his easy birdie. And now Dixon to save par from about 65 feet. And although this is a par 4, you're likely losing close to 2 to the field when you get a 5. David breaks the tie and now has a 2-throw lead over Dixon for solo second. Hole 4, the lake, the trees right across from the lake are the biggest obstacles. You have to get the disc up high enough to clear that first line of trees. Typically you'll see players land right here where the camera is rolling on the fairway to give yourself a nice approach. You want to bite as much as you can off the tee with a Anheuser flex, but it is a risky shot because you can pull it further right than you need it to. And I lost this one in the air, but you can see it land over there on the right side. Really good drive by Joe. This one tips over for Dave, gets nice forward momentum as opposed to just a straight hyzer, and he's looking pretty good. Another Anheuser flex, and that was not high enough. Hits the tree, and oh, he's well over there. He made it past those first trees. It looked like he had hit that first one. And this one is stalling out. Then your fear if it stalls out too soon is, was it going to go in the road? But he is safe there. Tricky little approach for Daniel. And that one bails out early. He got it too high up in the air. He will have a long putt to try and get his birdie. Oh, that was kind of fortunate. That grass could have eaten him up where he landed, where he first hit the ground. And it's a nice approach by Joe. There was a bit of a groan. He thought he was going to hit that tree that he went right by. And now the long putt. I'll be settling for a 4, Daniel. Birdie putt around the tree. So close, just low for David. And there's your birdie by Joe. Climbs him to 23 under par. David and Daniel tap out for their pars. And Dixon, with a drop-in 3, gets his birdie. Joe is pulling away at the moment. 4 throws ahead of David Feldberg. Hole 5 is a, you have the option. You can rip it and go for the green. Seen very few people, mainly in the open division, the likes of Paul Macbeth and Simon Lizotte will go for it. But typically you see players land in this green area right here before the dead grass and give yourself a nice easy approach over the out of bounds area. All this dead grass, all this brown stuff is out of bounds, as well as the parking lot. And you have out of bounds on the right side as well, separating the 2 courses. Anything over there on the right side, that's Jones West. And Joe plays it clear of the tree, and he is safe. Dixon going down the middle. And Dave's, oh, he hits the tree. That is not a good spot to be in. He is right there by the spotter, and that's really unfortunate to play the safe shot and still be in trouble. And Daniel is right by the pole for the short pin placement. Dave goes for it, but it is not a good shot. He is out of bounds. Out of bounds on his second throw. Nice approach by Joe. Looks to be about 10, 12 feet for his birdie. Dixon pulls his approach wide right, and he is about 20 feet away. Daniel does the same. His goes a little long. He had that pole to deal with. And Dave's 4th shot gets him to about 5 feet away. He will tap in for his bogey. Daniel saves his birdie. Dixon was a little closer than I thought. The camera angle made it seem like he was a little further right. Good job by Joe, continuing his climb. And with that, Dixon and David switch spots. Now it's Dixon solo second at 19 under par. Hole 6, 325 feet. A lot of out of bounds on the left side. Low ceiling down the middle. You can use your imagination on this hole. I've seen it all. Rollers, forehand, turnovers, low skip shots. Whatever you feel strong with. Not an easy hole. This is certainly not an easy hole. Look how close the out of bounds is on the left side. And there's out of bounds on the right side too. Uses flags. Joe's going down the middle. Low ceiling. Great shot. Gets a nice skip up to the basket. Dixon looking to do the same. His is going a little further right than Joe's. And he clipped something. And he goes long out of bounds. Daniel goes the same route. His turn's a little bit over and he is short, but he's looking right at the basket. He is past all the danger. Beautiful shot by Dave, getting the skip all the way up there. Now Dixon goes to the drop zone because he went long. Ooh, he was looking at that tree, but he hyzers out in time. Good approach by Daniel. Well done by David. Those are two excellent birdies up here on hole 6. And just like that, it's flopping again. Now David takes the lead. Well, takes second place back away from Dixon. These guys are battling it out for second place right now as Joe seems to be on cruise control. Hole 7, 555. You kind of want to aim at the flagpole and let it hyzer in long. There's a parking lot that you'll see in a second. That one on the right. If you pull it out too far right on your drive, you are in good chance to land out of bounds. This is a tricky hole. If you go out of bounds, there's a drop zone on the left side where you would go to. You have 3 guardian trees right before the green. This is just an excellent hole, and it's so hard. This one is going wide right. That's the fear. And waiting on the flag. Out of bounds, into the parking lot he goes. Hits the flagpole. I've never seen that happen. And when we walked up there, the spotter said he's been there all day. That is the only one that hit the flagpole. Oh, beautiful shot by Daniel. That was a pump. Dixon, oh, that is one thing you really want to avoid too on this hole. All those trees on the left, on the middle, are so catchy. There's really nothing else but a pitch out. And he does just that. Now this is the situation over here with with Dave. So not only did he hit the flagpole, now he's in front of this meter. And Joe's shot is really good. It came out of his hand early. He wasn't happy with it, but it worked out. Ooh, dangerous shot by David. Executes it very well. Waiting for that flag. It's always so slow to come on this hole, and he's safe. Dixon's third shot. That looked pretty good. That looked like it scooted down past the tree trunks. We'll see where it ended up. And now, Daniel, after a long wait, gets to throw his second shot. Now David lays it up, and now Dixon. Unfortunate. Not a good hole. He will card a 5. So that's 2 bogeys on 2 par 4s for Dixon so far. Birdie for Danny. Daniel won the 2004 Glass Blown Open. It was the second Glass Blown Open. And he defeated Ron Converse, the defending champion, by 9 throws. What a performance that was. Hole 8, out of bounds, short. You got to get past that brown grass. And then, of course, you have to not go onto the road, onto the asphalt. And this is the preferred line. Get it out to the right and let it hyzer down to it. That looks a little bit short for Daniel. And this one looks really good. Skips a little long. David's coming in low, and it is hyzering hard. And hits an area with not much grass on it. Unfortunately, gets the skip out of bounds. And these normal OB rules apply on this course, on this hole. So he will have to go to where it went out of bounds and play it from there. And he'll just pitch up for his bogey. Oh, top chains right. Just misses his birdie. And Daniel missed that one wide right. And he's over there close to where Joe landed on his drive. Joe straddles out, gets his birdie. And into the headwind. Daniel misses again. This time high. Unfortunate hole for Daniel. And that is a double bogey. And Joe has now an 8-throw lead over second place. Hole 9, 726 feet. Road is out of bounds left. If you keep going down the fairway straight, you have the little ditch. That one's aligned with flags. That's out of bounds. then you have water long. Difficult hole. You'll remember this one as the hole where Simon Lizotte had the shot of the year with the big Anheuser flex that he parked. Us mere mortals take the line Joe took just now. That's looking really good going down the middle. Dixon gets another great shot down the middle. That's what you want when you're stepping up. That's what you picture. Those are two very, very good throws. This one's tipped over a little too much for David, and he is tailing off right. It comes back out. Oh, he's in good shape. The disc had the stability to get out of trouble at the end there. And this one is too far right. He's safe. If there's no tree there, he's flirting with the road on the right side. But now he is he's in a bit of a situation, and that one needs to sit down. And he narrowly avoids the out of bounds long. Such a beautiful approach, very scenic. Gotta keep it low. Dave hits the first one of the three colorful trees that protect the green. That was a good approach by Dixon, just scooting it right over the road. And this one's... I think that was a little fortunate for Joe that he was able to get through the trees. That was a little too high. Anything left or right of that would have been caught and dropped by the branches. And that's the only smart play right there. Just lay it up. The little miscue by Joe, leaving it low. Certainly not happy with his last two throws. Way to get back, Daniel, after that unfortunate three putt to focus and hit your putt. And that is very difficult to do. You miss three putts like that in a row. It can rattle you, but that shows great poise, great concentration, trust in your ability, and he hits it. And that does it for the front nine out here at Jones East. Joe Rovere had an outstanding front nine, 26, 6 under par. Join Flying J Disc Golf as we go to the back nine and wrap this glass blown open up.